I get it. Giving your baby screen time while you're busy or you just need a break might seem like a harmless thing to do. I'm totally guilty, but it could quickly affect your kid's development. Our 9 News parenting expert, Dr. Sheryl Ziegler, joins us with more on a new study showing how this can affect the kids. So break down the study for us.
Yes, this is an important one, really important. First of all, let's qualify it. This was over 7,000 toddlers that were tracked.
Okay.
And what they did was self-report by the mothers, but what they did was really just ask how much screen time did your, they were really specific from 1 to 2 years old. Big developmental milestones happen at that age. How much screen time did they have? And what they found was that if a toddler had anywhere upwards of 4 hours of screen time a day, which easily adds up, they were more likely to have developmental delays in speech, in fine motor skills, and in social skills and in emotional skills. So it was actually really quite subsequential to have that kind of screen time.
What if it was an educational program? Did that make a difference?
They didn't ask in this study what they were doing or watching. So maybe they were watching something, maybe they were playing an educational game. They didn't ask. But in general, that is a tip. If you're going to use screen time, at least have it be quality educational versus super passive, just entertainment, which really isn't engaging. It won't get a kid stimulated enough, but it will keep them entranced.
Does this also count if it was like, if you put something on the TV, or is this literally just a tablet or phone?
I don't know for this study for sure, but I do feel like it's probably a tablet. I think that's because that's when kids, they're looking at tablets in the car, in the grocery carts, on an airplane, like places where you need your kid to behave or you want them to. So it's probably, I'm sure it was a tab or screen.
Clearly I'm concerned and I have questions. We used to put on this thing called Baby Einstein, but we put it on the TV.
Yep.
And not a lot, but it was educational and it wasn't an actual tablet. So I'm like, did I totally mess up my children?
Well, you would know because they looked at the milestones. So what they saw was that they followed them for over a couple of years. And over the couple of years, probably those 0 to 8 years where we see all these huge milestones, they were tracking and they were more delayed. So you would already know.
Okay.
But this is a great study for parents who do have babies and toddlers and really thinking about other ways to entertain your kids other than a screen. We recommend really both APA and the American Medical Association that under 2, they should be looking at zero screen time. Zero screen time.
So much easier said than done, truly, especially in this busy world. So what's the big takeaway from the study?
The big takeaway is that because you are more sedentary and less actively involved, you are sort of stunting the developmental growth of a 1 to 2 year old if they're on it very, very young. They should be exploring and crawling and touching things and touching your face and looking at your eyes, and you should be, babbling to them and they should be imitating you. That's really still, doesn't matter how high tech we get, humans still develop in that same kind of way, and a screen cannot replace that. So use it wisely and use it for very short periods of time. So, maybe you just think to yourself, when do I need it? I remember I used to do that with like Sesame Street. Okay, I'll take a shower then and put it on, and but it was very strategic. Just try not to do it, especially in the grocery store, places where you could be saying banana, apple, and being interactive.
Use that as the educational material versus an iPad.
Yes.
When you sent us this study, I think it was yesterday, everyone was like, wait, does it count for this? Does it do this? And we just needed to know more. So it's really interesting, eye-opening. Again, really limiting it, but also understanding that sometimes it might be little amounts. Dr. Ziegler, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me.